So, ways to use your sword. Okay. These are all things that you can do in your head. Nobody's seeing that you're doing them. This is why it's a good idea. Back a few steps, we actually looked at what your sword looks like. What does it feel like? Is it heavy? Is it light? Blah, blah, blah. So when you see it, when you can visualize it in your head, you can then use it in your head. For example, a great thing is all those negative thoughts that come, popping up, because they do, when you're like, I'm going to start my new business. I'm going to write my book. And then you get your little like, no, you're not. You're terrible. You can't write. You're horrible. All those old thought patterns. It's a perfect opportunity to just, in your head, like I'll do it now. And I'm just like, just, oh, gone. That was silly. It was fun. Another thing to do is to hold on to your sword. Picture you've got the handle in your hand, and you just got it by your side, or you've got it on your back, or maybe it's strapped across to you. If you visualize it on you or in your hand, it helps you stand up straighter, helps you get that little backbone. Now again, for the rest of your life, you're not necessarily going to be thinking about holding your sword. These are ways for you to help use it to get you out of all those old triggers, or if something comes up that freaks you out, put your sword on your back. If you have to go to Thanksgiving with, the perpetrator, hello, or whatever, put the sword on your back. Not literally, hold it in your hand. Know that you've come so far and you use your sword. You use your life experiences to do good in the world. And all that old negative stuff is not keeping you back anymore. Or you hold it, have it by your side, your back. See what I'm saying? So that's why I'm not holding a sword right now, because I'm doing it in my head. Hey, maybe you are at Thanksgiving dinner with the perpetrator or the enabler, right? And they're throwing stuff at you. Whoever told you could get better? You look horrible. Who told you your hair looks good like that? You're stupid. That's a stupid idea. You know what I'm saying? If they're literally saying those things to you, you can, in your head, just see it as a little thought bubble, like a little cartoon bubble that's coming your way, and you're like, boink, stick it with the pointy end, or you just like slice it away. Doesn't affect you. I'm not letting that in, because just look at the past, like when you first began, how many times all that other stuff from people, especially the perpetrators and the enablers, like really affected your whole mood and persona, and you really let that in. It's easy to let it all in when you're wounded, right? Because you have a big gaping wound, and you're wounded. Of course, anything is like you're hypersensitive. But when you've worked on healing that wound, and now you're using the sword, you can just, not let it affect you anymore. Hey, you might even get to the point where you're like, nope, not going to Thanksgiving dinner. It's not a healthy place for me. I'm using that as a metaphor. I'm like, you're not going to, in a comparison, like I'm not going to Thanksgiving dinner. It's like, if I'm not going to be around the perpetrator or the enabler. I'm using that as an example. So just think about it. How can you just cut away those negative thought patterns from yourself, especially, and from other people? Just boink, stick it with the pointy end. All stuff you can do with in your head. You're not literally having a sword. This is all clearing out your thoughts, only allowing the healthy thoughts to grow. Yeah, imagine that.